Morning San Antonio starts right now.
All right, we are starting with a live look out at the Alamo City, already up to 67 degrees on this Mother's Day Sunday. A lot quieter, a lot calmer than we saw yesterday morning. Mike Ostrage in, and he's going to tell us what to expect. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday. It is May 14th. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
All the amazing mothers out there. So, I know your mom's in Corpus.
She's in Corpus Christi.
Did you give her a call yet, a text?
No, she's hopefully watching.
Okay.
But I made an arrangement with my younger brother who lives there to get a little gift together.
Very nice. For all the local mothers out there, Mike, if they want to go to a nice brunch, they need an umbrella today?
You know, keep one handy just to be on the safe side. We're going to have a couple of showers, a couple of storms pop up later on this afternoon. But as of right now, things are looking pretty good. As you mentioned, we're at 67 degrees. That bottom number, dew points at 65. That's been creeping up and up a little bit. And yeah, we do have, as you can see there behind that graphic, a little bit of sun trying to squeeze on through. And the high temperature today is going to make it up to 81 degrees, which is still on the low side of normal by about 5 or so on average around the area. The aquifer, huge jump yesterday, 3.1 feet. Can't wait for today's numbers to come out, and then there's still more rain in the future. Molds on the high side. Those numbers haven't been updated as of yet. Haven't got the latest count yet. Grass and pine are on the low side. What we are dealing with, though, with all this humidity out there, all the moisture in the ground, we do have some very thick fog, especially heading up into portions of the hill country. Well, at one point just a little bit ago, Bernie was down to 0 visibility, but a quarter mile at Bernie as well as New Braunfels, half-mile visibility in Kerrville. So we're going to have to watch out for some fog this morning, maybe a little bit of mist with that. Been watching that big batch of rain off there to the east of us, but as you can see, that's kind of fizzling off, and all of that pretty much moved in a northwestwardly direction. So that has been avoiding us, and those temperatures. Now, we did start off a little bit below normal this morning, and gonna have a good day today. But like I said, keep an umbrella handy just to be on the safe side. More rain in the forecast, though, coming up this week. Details in just a couple of minutes. Sarah, Max.
Thank you, Mike. New this morning, an update to a deadly hit and run that killed 18-year-old Jacob Lopez. San Antonio police have arrested 66-year-old Daniel Martinez for failure to stop and render aid, resulting in death. Lopez's body was found near the I-35 Access Road and Kiowa Street on May 7th. That's between Somerset and Palo Alto roads. Investigators say Lopez's face had blood on it, and his damaged motorcycle was found nearby. Police say someone called in a tip after seeing news on the deadly hit and run. That's what led them to Martinez.
And the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says an alleged motorcycle gang member dead this morning after a chase ended in a crash. So take a look. This was the scene around 10 last night. This is Northwest Loop 410. BCSO deputy on the scene telling us there was a speeding motorcyclist. They decided to pull over for a traffic stop, but then they took off again. After a brief chase, the deputy lost sight of who was on the bike. However, the deputy then found the motorcyclist had crashed into another vehicle. All of this at the intersection of 410 and Highway 151. We're told the rider died at the scene. 3 other people involved in the crash, they were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. PCSO telling us that the rider was found with a gun, arrest warrants, and was a known motorcycle gang member.
And one man is in the hospital after a shooting in a QT parking lot. San Antonio police say they are still searching for the suspect who fired those shots. Police just before 3 this morning at a QT on Southwest Military Drive say 2 men were fighting in the parking lot when someone shot at them. One man was hit in the leg and taken to the hospital where he's expected to recover. Police are still looking for the suspect who they say left in a dark-colored sedan, and this is an ongoing investigation. And new information on the body of a man that was discovered in a creek along San Pedro Avenue.
That's right. San Antonio police officers in a helicopter making this discovery. All of this happening in the 5900 block of San Pedro, and it happened when they were actually searching for a missing person. Now, officers at the scene saying the body is that of a man possibly in his 20s or 30s. They tell us it's unclear how the person died, but they said there did appear to be physical trauma. Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office still trying to figure out who exactly this person was.
So police say there are several homeless encampments under the bridge and further up the creek, and they say due to Friday's storms, the water level was noticeably high, and that may have a connection.
Well, every year, breast cancer is diagnosed in hundreds of thousands of people across the country. And to this day, it's still the second leading cause of cancer death among women. So today, we're talking about new guidelines just published regarding mammogram screenings.
That's right. So joining us and to break it all down is Dr. Virginia Kaklamani, the breast medical oncologist at UT Health San Antonio MD Anderson Cancer Center. Good morning, doctor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Mother's Day.
You as well. So, doctor, what are the new guidelines and why does this change matter?
So the new guidelines recommend us doing screening mammograms starting at the age of 40 until the age of 74 every 2 years. So that may be a little hard for people to remember. So maybe think my odd years I'm having a mammogram or my even years I'm having a mammogram. It's important because previously the guidelines said that we should start screening at the age of 50, which the committee decided based on some recent data, it's probably a little too old for us because we're having many breast cancers being diagnosed at younger ages.
So how will lowering the starting age help in diagnosing breast cancer and treating it?
So our studies have shown that there is up to a 43% decrease in mortality by doing mammograms starting at the age of 40. We're recognizing that younger women are being diagnosed. And so if we're able to diagnose that breast cancer at an earlier stage, we have a much higher likelihood of curing it.
And so all mammogram requests include information about breast density. What does this mean and what should our viewers know about that in case they go get one?
Yeah, so this is very confusing, and we had state guidelines for a while, but the FDA a couple months ago actually said that now it's FDA mandated that every mammogram will give us information about our breast density. And we know that women that have dense breasts have a higher risk of breast cancer. We also know that mammograms may not be as effective in dense breasts just because the tissue is hard to see on a mammogram. So the guidelines say that we don't have enough data to recommend ultrasounds or MRIs in those women, and we really don't. But this is where I would suggest that you talk to your radiologist when you have the mammogram and have a combined decision as to whether you should potentially have an ultrasound or even an MRI.
What does it mean when a woman is at risk due to genetics or her mother or grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer?
And this is an important point. All of these guidelines are for women that have a general risk of having breast cancer, not a high risk. So if you have a family history, if you have a specific mutation in a gene, so a change in a gene that puts you at risk of getting breast cancer, these guidelines do not apply to you. Then we have different guidelines that recommend starting mammograms as young as 30 and MRIs as young as 25. So that's where, again, discussing with your physician, getting a family history, understanding what your personal risk is will help with screening guidelines for you.
And I know breast cancer is almost ubiquitous around the United States. I personally know about 5 people who have gone through or passed away because of breast cancer. So make the pitch to people watching. Why is it so important that women get screened early and why should they get a mammogram?
So as you mentioned in the beginning of the segment, breast cancer is the second leading cause of death in women, the first being heart disease. And we know that early detection is the key to curing it. So please go have your mammograms. Again, guidelines starting at the age of 40, every 2 years until the age of 74. It saves lives.
Dr. Kaklamani, thank you so much for joining us and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you for having me.
And if anyone missed any of the interview or you want more information, we're going to have all that on KSAT.com throughout the morning. Time now, just about 8:09, 67 degrees out.
Let's take a look outside with live cam. It's 67 degrees at 8:08. Are we going to see it?
No.
There it is. Okay, so Mike says it's going to be kind of what it looks like outside. I think it'll be a little bit of sun making its way through the clouds on this Mother's Day. You might need an umbrella if you head out, but not any downpours, he says. He'll explain when we come back.
And of course, as we've said throughout the morning, happy Mother's Day to all of the amazing moms out there. We are so grateful, so thankful for you today.
And what you're looking at, yesterday we asked our viewers to send in your photos with mom. So here throughout the show, we're going to show them, we're going to show all the great moms that were sent in by our viewers. Head to KSAT.com, but you can also see them right here on air. Well, they're soft, cuddly. What's not to love about rabbits? But in Iowa, a biting bunny has been menacing a neighborhood. CNN's Janie Mose reports.
Beware of bunny.
Once upon a time, there lived a rabbit.
No, not Peter Rabbit. We're talking about a menacing rabbit that lives in the small city of Perry, Iowa. A black bunny, a bad bunny, a bunny caught lunging at someone who was perhaps expecting the cuddly kind of rabbit. Ramona Rustin also encountered it.
It just jumps up and bites me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got bit by a bunny.
A Perry police report shows it also bit a 13-year-old who then had to have rabies shots. It chased another resident from her car to her door. No wonder it's been compared to the Dracula of bunnies, Bunnicula, a vampirish rabbit with fangs. Bunnies have long been bad-mouthed in movies, depicted as mutant rabbits. Able to decapitate a knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. But cooler heads prevailed when Perry police lured the bad bunny into a cage and took it to the city's water treatment plant, where it was released. Neither hide nor hair of the rabbit has been seen since.
What devil creatures? What unknown terror?
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
And that's all, folks.
So there's a lot to that.
There's a lot.
Behind the scenes, though, we first saw it in the rundown as Bad Bunny.
I got excited because I thought it was about Benito, the Bad Bunny, my favorite, singer. So
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was an actual Bad Bunny.
Okay.
The Monty Python was your favorite scene, though. You called it on the spot.
What was the one right before that?
Oh, that was
that some old C grade?
That was.
I don't know, but it was terrifying.
That was a lot.
That was fantastic.
Bunnicula. That was my favorite one.
I love. Oh.
Yeah. Well
Jeannie,
done.
and how long? Jeannie Mose has been around for years and doing the same thing. I love that.
Clever.
Never gets old.
Very clever.
All right, happy Mother's Day, everybody, and it is turning out to be very nice. Yesterday was quite an active day, to say the least, in the overnight hours. And hats off to Adam and Mia. Got a lot of compliments for their coverage Friday night. And then Sarah yesterday and Justin holding down the fort. No, they worked really hard. All right, Wildflowers, been loving all this rain out there. Absolutely gorgeous. Last hour or an hour ago said that I think I've cut my grass more this year than I have in the past couple of years out there. No complaints at all. Updated aquifer went up another 1.1 feet. And yesterday's reading was 3.1 feet and a little bit more kind of in between these readings. So it's gone up almost 5 feet just in the past couple of days, which is fantastic news. A lot of clouds out there this morning. We're trying to get just a little peak of sunshine here or there. And then earlier this morning, this was rather ominous looking, this big batch of rain, and it was wanting to kind of almost lean to the northwest a little bit, but the overall motion has been taking it to the northwest and taking it away from us, so we're not having to worry about that. We do have to worry about a little bit of fog. We got some very thick fog going up I-35 in toward New Braunfels, also at Bernie Stage, and then up there around Kerrville, just a half-mile visibility. It's actually improved a little bit around Bernie. It was down to 0 visibility just within about the past 45 minutes, so watch out for some of that fog. Got all that moisture in the ground. That's going to be something we have to watch out for the next couple of mornings, just because, again, all that moisture out there. And elsewhere, it's not really widespread. Some around Junction, that's actually improved slightly. Gonzales, Pleasanton, Carrizo Springs, you're seeing a little bit of fog, as well as Cotulla. Temperatures, upper 50s and upper 60s, mid to upper 60s. We've already started the warming process a bit this morning, and we still have plenty of moisture out there. Actually, these numbers have been going up. So, again, that's the reason why we see some of that fog when those two numbers, temperatures and dew point temperatures, are kind of running neck and neck. Still got that, I'll call it 30% chance. Some of those leftover showers well off to the east. Then things are going to taper down, but I can't completely rule out another shower thunderstorm to pop up around the area later on today. So 40% chance for some rain. It's not going to be raining everywhere nor constantly. As a matter of fact, most everybody's not going to see anything today. We will top off at 81 later on, so still well below normal. So here's the computer model, and it's got some of these showers off to the east. And then notice how going through the afternoon hours, just a couple of them, primarily to the east, not many. It's kind of scattered shot around here. We're going to the overnight hours, and even this evening, I should say, prior to the overnight hours, you can see just one or two of those showers popping up. And then tomorrow morning, one or two of them here and there. Maybe some fog as well with all this moisture hanging around here, and a slightly better chance, I think, in the afternoon of just a couple of scattered showers, a thunderstorm. You still could see a decent downpour with some of these showers as well. So just keep that in mind. With the ground very saturated, you want to keep that in the back of your mind. So going into the rest of the week, there's the chance for some rain around here tomorrow. And this is kind of a broad brush computer model, but we do have more rain chances Tuesday. Then things are going to start to taper off, and virtually nil as far as a rain chance going in toward the middle part of the week. And still temperatures are going to be staying on the cooler side of things. 75 at noon today, mostly cloudy skies. Again, you can't rule out a stray shower or two. We'll have some sunshine trying to squeeze on through. 81 for a high temperature, and a decent downpour, again, also can't be ruled out. Tomorrow, well, got an okay chance for some rain out there, 77 degrees, so it's going to keep us a little bit lower. And as rain chances go down, temperatures will slowly creep up, but just finally back up to roughly normal going in toward this weekend. Tinge better chance for some rain. Also watch it, some of the rivers southeast of here, because we do have flood warnings posted along that, and any creeks, you know, the usual spots, because everything that we had yesterday is draining southeastward, and that's where a lot of the heaviest, most widespread rain was as well. So 2.31 inches of rain at the airport.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's impressive. We can't say this enough. If there are barricades up, don't drive around them.
No.
Turn around. Go another route.
Even if it hasn't rained since yesterday, like those swollen creeks are still happening. Yeah.
Not only will you get a ticket, and then your car's going to flood and dangerous. And
there was a stranded car in the middle of the road yesterday. Katrina Weber did a great live shot, and then during the live shot, a lot of water, someone just plowed right through. We're like, what are you doing?
Live TV.
Yeah, there you go. Be safe, be smart. That's what we're here for. Time now, 8:20, 68 degrees.
Okay, a scientist and his team have discovered sounds from the Earth's stratosphere. Next, what they use to get them.
Now let's take a look at those lotto numbers. Did either of you guys play the lottery last night?
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
This dictates whether Mike's going to be here at 8:30. So pick 3, 7, 2, 4, Fireball 7, Daily 4, 1, 6, 8, 5, Fireball 3.
Cash 5, 7, 16, 23, 26, 29. Texas Lotto 11, 22, 28, 35, 39, 54. Let's get Powerball 3, 15, 20, 23, 46. Powerball 11. Power Play 2. Mike, did you win?
I'll see you at 8:30.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. So have you ever wondered what Earth's stratosphere sounds like? No, but if you did, take a listen to this. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for saying this sounds like wind.
It sounds a lot like wind.
So giant solar balloons were sent 70,000 feet up in the air to record sounds of Earth's stratosphere, and the microphones picked up some unexpected sounds. The scientists wanted to explore the soundscape of the stratosphere after being introduced to what we're now learning is a low-frequency sound that's actually generated by volcanoes. So his team attached microphones to solar balloons, and that wind was the result. The balloons can take sensors twice as high as commercial jets can fly.
Okay, check this out. A new group of butterflies is named after a Lord of the Rings villain. So published in the Journal of Systematic Entomology, the striking wing patterns of this butterfly that you're seeing on your screen is named genus Sauron. The name is inspired by the Eye of Sauron, the antagonist, of course, from the Lord of the Rings book series. The researchers documented 2 new species of the butterflies which live in a lowland rainforest of the Amazon. Beautiful.
Right, so we have stratospheric wind and butterflies named after Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
At least you got the fun one.
I know, right?
We talked about wind. All right, time now, 8:25, 68 degrees out.
Someone's got to be the fun one.
I guess that's you today.
It's always me. Okay, happy Mother's Day to our viewers. We asked you guys to send in your photos of mom and, of course, shower them with love. And we're going to be playing their pictures, showing their pictures throughout the day here on GMSA.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. All the great moms, my mom, Patty, Miss Costa.
Sam, Mrs. Massey.
Look at that. Great teamwork. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It is Sunday, May 14th.
14th.
I got
Crushed
it.
it.
I know that because it's the day before Max's birthday.
Oh, look at that. It's also Mother's Day, so you should know that too. So, Mike, you got a big day planned. Happy Mother's Day to your wife, Bonnie, and your mother as well.
And my mother, Ruth Anna. Yes, indeed. Down there, she lives down in Florida. So tomorrow's your birthday?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, Sarah.
Max is turning 25.
Sarah, you got him the gift from all of us, right? Thank you very much for that. All right, step outside this morning and a fair amount of humidity out there. Obviously, nothing like what we've had the past couple of days. 68 degrees right now. That dew point is getting up there. It is at 65 right now, and that's obviously thanks to all the moisture in the ground and light wind out of the northwest at 7 miles per hour. A lot of fog up, heading up into the hill country. Boerne Stage now at 0 visibility, so if you're going up 10, you're going to run into that fog. Kerrville, half mile. New Braunfels has improved ever so slightly. Not bad in and around town right now. Just be on the lookout over the next couple of hours. We had been watching that big batch of rain off there to the east. It almost looked like it wanted to kind of take a left-hand turn, but for the most part, it is sliding basically up to the north, kind of northwestwardly. Mid and upper 60s around the area. We've obviously started the warming process. Mold is high. That was yesterday's reading. Haven't gotten the updated count as of yet. One thing I can tell you is the aquifer went up again. Yesterday it was just over 3 feet. Today just over another foot. So got some rain east, and then maybe a sprinkly shower out there, some mist associated with some of that fog as well. And then a couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms. Most everybody won't see rain today. We will make it up into the low 80s. Now, if you do see a shower or a storm, could have a decent downpour. That's going to be the situation tomorrow. I think a little bit better chance for some rain kind of scattered about the area. Still could see half inch and a half of rain quite easily with any of these showers and storms that do pop up. Rain chances will begin to taper off as we go in toward the middle part of the week, and temperatures will start to warm up, but only just basically back up to normal readings once we get into the latter portion of the week, and a little bit better rain chance then toward the weekend. All the details coming up in a couple of minutes. Sarah, next.
Thank you, Mike. San Antonio fire crews say a couch fire is to blame for an apartment going up in smoke just west of downtown. It happened just before 2 this morning in the 200 block of Violetta Place. 2 people were able to get out safely but were taken to the hospital. San Antonio police are investigating the cause of the fire and say one person is in custody as a person of interest.
A man in the hospital this morning after a shooting on the city's east side. So take a look. Police tell us this all unfolded around 4:15 this morning. This is 1000 block of Locke Street. A man found with gunshot wounds in the parking lot of an apartment complex. Last check, taken to BAMC in critical condition. Right now, police still investigating. No information yet on a suspect.
47-year-old Charles Peoples has been arrested. San Antonio police say Peoples targeted convenience store clerks in a series of aggressive armed serial robberies on the city's east side. One of the robberies happened back on May 10th at a Dollar Tree store in the 600 block of South W.W. White Road. During that robbery, Peoples held a woman at gunpoint and demanded money. Police say he had an active parole violation at the time of his arrest.
And San Antonio police charging 17-year-old Ray Espinoza with capital murder. The charge stems from a shooting back on January 11th in the 12,900 block of Clubhouse Boulevard. That shooting ended with an 18-year-old shot and killed. Police say Espinoza arranged a drug deal with multiple people, but had planned to rob them of the drugs. When the group arrived, Espinoza allegedly pulled out a handgun, ordered them to get out of the vehicle. One of the victims reportedly tried to fight back against Espinoza. That's when police tell us he fired his weapon into the vehicle, striking and killing that teen.
One person was killed and another was taken into custody after shooting at a northeast side car wash. San Antonio police say it happened around 7:30 last night in the 1200 block of Northeast Loop 410. SAPD says the suspect and the victim were in a vehicle going through the car wash when something happened that led to that shooting. The suspect is accused of shooting the victim once before coming out of the car wash and flagging down bystanders. Authorities say the suspect claimed the shooting was self-defense. The victim died at the scene.
Well, if you live in Kerrville or anyone you know does, listen up. A diesel leak being monitored near the water treatment plant in the city of Kerrville. So a statement from the city says the leak was detected at a business upstream of the water plant. The statement says Friday's storms actually caused damage that led to this leak. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality has been notified. Kerrville city officials say appropriate precautions were taken. The city has switched water to the groundwater wells. The city will remain on groundwater wells until the water plant comes back online, which is expected to happen sometime next week.
The state's largest refugee resettlement agency says it will temporarily no longer take on new clients. Refugee Services of Texas says it can't afford to take on new clients for the next 120 days. So going forward, new refugees will be referred to national organizations. The agency says they have just become overwhelmed following the evacuation of Afghanistan, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and one person said his wife fled Afghanistan last year, and after 6 months of moving around, Refugee Services of Texas was the ones that helped them settle into their apartment.
We were hugging each other, and we were so happy. And as I said, I was about to cry. And finally, I was saying, okay, I'm in my new home.
So within those 4 months of intense budget cuts, the agency hopes donations will come in.
One person now dead, and a curfew imposed yesterday after a powerful tornado tearing through a community near the Texas coast. Take a look. This all happened before dawn yesterday. A 42-year-old Roberto Flores killed when a nearby trailer was lifted during the storm, crushing his mobile home in Laguna Heights. At least 10 more people hospitalized, including 2 people now in critical condition. At least 36 people currently staying in emergency shelters. They're trying to figure out what comes next after all of the damage from their storms.
Now to the early campaigning on the ground in Iowa. So weather preventing that anticipated political split screen between former President Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
ABC's Alex Prochet in Des Moines reports what happens next for these two.
Overnight, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis made an unplanned stop at a Des Moines barbecue joint. Our cameras were rolling as he and his wife shook hands and took pictures for over an hour, taking a victory lap after a day crisscrossing the state.
Governor, what made you come here tonight? Just want to say hi to people.
This restaurant is 2 miles from where former President Trump's rally was supposed to be before the campaign canceled, citing tornado warnings in the area Saturday afternoon.
Are you trying to send a message to Trump? Thank you. You got this, bro. We've had a great day. I mean, it's been great. There's been great folks all around, and we're excited to be in Iowa.
DeSantis is a distant second to Trump in national polls of Republican voters and GOP-leaning independents. But in Iowa, he's picked up more than 36 endorsements from state lawmakers, gaining ground in the crucial first caucus state. Overnight, former President Trump unveiled his own list of Iowa endorsements from each of the state's 99 counties.
Ron DeSantis, wrong on tax hikes, just not ready.
His campaign Friday releasing this attack ad on his top competition. Trump, for his part, has promised to reschedule Saturday's canceled event. The Republican Iowa caucus is less than a year away, but after this week, many Iowans told us it feels like the 2024 campaign is already in full swing.
We really get bombarded in Iowa. We're on the front lines to see what's really out there and what they're offering us.
That was Alex Prochet in Iowa. A supermarket racked up with numerous health code violations and a low score during a recent inspection.
While a Thai restaurant continued dealing with the rodent problem. These are just a few of the things KSAT Tim Gerber discovered when he went behind the kitchen door.
The Poco Loco Supermercado in the 3400 block of Nogalitos earned a 73 on their recent inspection. There was mold on corn tortilla chips and moldy cucumbers in a walk-in cooler. Pork lard stored on shelves needed to be refrigerated. It was also past the expiration date. A leak at the mop sink was causing water to pool on the floor. A re-inspection was ordered. Long John Silver's in the 5400 block of Walsham got an 84. There was a mold-like substance growing on a sauce jar and a cooler. The ice machine had a buildup of dirt and debris inside and out, and there was hair in there too. A cooler was too warm. The area around the frying equipment needed a good cleaning, and so did the fans, vents, and walls. Salsa's Mexican restaurant in the 5900 block of Rittiman earned an 85. Not bad, but the owner sure didn't want us telling you about it. He tried to block our camera. They earned deductions for improperly storing food. There was a pink mold-like growth in the ice machine, and the soda nozzles were contaminated with dirt and debris that needed to be cleaned. A dead roach was in the kitchen, and beans and eggs were found stored on the floor. The owner said he's made the corrections and hired pest control. Finally, we revisit Yaya's Thai restaurant on McCullough. Last year, they got a 76 and were dealing with a rodent problem. This time around, they improved to an 81, but mice were still getting inside.
Hello.
I stopped by this week to see if they've made any progress.
You guys had problems with rodents still? Do you know if that's been dealt with?
This manager agreed to talk even though she was dealing with a voice problem. She showed me they hired pest control and got good news last week.
Friday. They were back here on Friday and they gave you the all cleared?
Everything clear.
Okay.
She explained the building is very old and they've tried to get the owner to make repairs to keep pests out.
We already report to the owner of the building when they don't take the reaction immediately.
They hope customers understand they're doing all they can. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
Time now, just about 8:41, 68 degrees out.
Take a look outside with live cam on this Mother's Day. 68 degrees, but humid out there at 8:41. If you plan to go out to brunch or to church for Mother's Day, bring an umbrella just in case, but Mike will have our full forecast when we come back. It's that time of the year for graduation season for high school and college students.
And yesterday, a very special graduation at Texas State University. Tess Monta's sister, Faith, graduating after an incredibly difficult year without her sister. A picture of Tess filling a chair between her mother, Veronica, and her father, Jerry. The 10-year-old was killed nearly a year ago at Robb Elementary. So from Faith's cap to her tassel and stole, you can see pictures of little Tess all over the graduation.
So Faith's extended family, the loved ones of some of the other 21 victims, were there to cheer Faith on as she jumped into the river holding Tess's photo.
Feels bittersweet. I'm glad that I could be here with all the people who were part of my journey. Though I'm missing Tess, it sucks, but I'm ready to jump into the future now.
Faith has big plans for the future, plans that were shaped in part by what her and her family have gone through over the last year. We're going to have that story and a lot of tributes to the victims and survivors of the Robb Elementary tragedy on May 24th at 9 p.m. an hour-long KSAT 12 news special we're calling 1 Year in Uvalde. Well, back here at home, 68 degrees now, Mike.
Yep.
Last 24 hours, 48 hours really. It has been chaos out there with the weather.
Starting late Friday afternoon and, looking back to some of the computer models even leading up to that. And this was one of those weather events that even early last week we were talking about it and it, still held in there, which sometimes can be a rare. Sometimes, as time rolls on, things do change a little bit. But this one stayed very consistent. And yeah, moved through Friday night into early Saturday. As a lot of folks know, dumped a whole bunch of rain and always such a beautiful sight to see rain gauges like that. Look at that one just northwest of Lotus. A little bit more than 2 inches of rain. Of course, out there at the airport, 2.31 officially yesterday, the most single day in year and 2/3, roughly 577 days, I think it was. So that's wonderful. And we still have some more rain in the forecast. Obviously, there's nothing showing up out at the airport right now. A lot of rain well off to the east, and this is kind of dying down. It's sliding just to the north of our area. We'll have a couple of more showers trying to pop up here and there over the course of the next couple of days. Let me grab a different clicker, and I want to show you what's going on as far as this has been very encouraging looking at the Climate Prediction Center. Now, even last week I kept showing this, and it really hasn't changed this month. Obviously, it adds to it day and each and every day, but going into next weekend, starting next weekend, and then through the first part of the following week, still, now this doesn't mean we're going to be on the wet side, but the odds of getting a little bit more than what would be a normal amount of rain are decent, and we are also seeing temperatures that are going to be held down, so pretty good odds of being below normal. And same thing as we go further into the future, the following week in toward Memorial Day weekend, odds of having more than average or better than average rain, pretty good, and odds of being below normal are pretty good as well. So yeah, this is just a fantastic forecast. Now obviously shaping up to be a wet May, as is historically the situation, one of the wettest months around here. Visibility has come up slightly there in New Braunfels, 1.5 miles, 3/4 mile Bernie Stage, and Kerrville is now no fog at all, but just be on the lookout again for a couple of hints of fog here and there. Not much around the area as of right now. We are going to keep a chance of rain in the forecast. Obviously, there's nothing out there as of right now, but even later on this afternoon, a shower, a thunderstorm can't be ruled out here. It's not going to be most everybody, I guess the best way to put it is not most everybody's not going to see rain today, but if you do, still could have a decent downpour. That's going to be the situation tomorrow as well. We will top off at 81 later on this afternoon. So here's a computer model. It's got those showers, thunderstorms off to the east, all kind of sliding up to the north of us. And again, this one's not very bullish on rain popping up, but still there is that chance later on today. Then we go into tomorrow, and a couple of showers, probably have some fog starting off tomorrow morning as well. Slightly better chance to see a few scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm around the area tomorrow. And still, you could have a decent downpour with some of these showers and storms that do pop up tomorrow. So today, plenty of clouds out there. Could be just a squeeze of sunshine squeezing on through here and there. 75 with a stray shower trying to pop up. Take an umbrella if you are heading out for maybe some outdoor lunch plans or something like that for Mother's Day. Again, rain chances aren't, it's not going to rain everywhere. 81, couple of showers, couple of thunderstorms popping up around the area. Tomorrow, a little bit better chance for some rain. Still a few around on Tuesday. Then rain chances will begin to taper off as we go in toward Wednesday, Thursday, and temperatures will then start to climb slowly, but only back up to normal readings, and a ever so small or better chance of rain for Friday and Saturday.
So maybe Wednesday, Thursday, best days to cut the grass.
If it has a chance to dry out.
Right.
Yeah, because still with all the humidity around here, you know, can all that moisture evaporate? So hopefully you cut it before it happened. Thank goodness I did. Yeah.
I need to bring attention to the suit. We haven't talked about it nearly enough. Do you wear it just especially when you fill in for us?
Just for you.
Oh.
Make us feel so special.
Go to my Instagram.
Shameless plug to social media.
Check out the video I shot during a break of Mike letting Max try on his coat. It was very sweet.
A seersucker suit, but we all think he should because he's got those just, you know, fraternity boyish good looks over there.
Let's keep it PG Sunday morning. All right, 8:50.
Watch the video. It's so
68
good.
degrees out.
Okay, it's Mother's Day. It's why Mike is probably wearing his seersucker. We want to celebrate
GMSA
all of our
Sundays.
GMSA moms. That was Phyllis Woods, our producer Colin's mom. This is...
Oh, happy Mother's Day, Mom.
This is Caitlin, her mom. Happy Mother's Day.
And wait for it. There we go.
There's my mom, Patty. Happy Mother's Day. We love you. And of course, all of our viewers, we asked you guys to send in pictures of your moms. You can see these on KSAT.com or right here when we're airing them on GMSA. Happy Mother's Day. Happy birthday, Max Massey, a day early. Tomorrow
I was going to say, why is there a picture?
Tomorrow is
I like
Max's.
how you picked a photo of you in it.
Well, yeah.
Oh, only one?
Only one. And you know what's so funny? I was going through I have
Are
a
all
million,
these on your phone?
These are on my phone over the last 4 years. I have a lot of pictures of you on my phone. But happy birthday, Max. Happy
Thank
25th
you.
birthday.
Thank you.
We love you here on GMSA. I hope tomorrow for your birthday is a great day.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Mike, on my birthday, is it going to be a good day to sit outside?
Mother Nature will give you a birthday present of maybe a little bit more rain.
Okay, deal.
So, yes, and as you can see, plenty of clouds out there. We do have some fog to deal with this morning, so heading up I-10 in toward the hill country and a little bit around New Braunfels as well. Just kind of keep that in mind. Temperatures in the mid-upper 60s right now. And obviously a lot of mold out there. Chance for, why do I have the school bus forecast? I hit the wrong graphic.
Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day. Kids get to go to school today.
There we go. And tomorrow, 77 degrees. I'm jumping ahead of myself. It is Sunday, by the way, and we will have another chance. You know, even a couple of stray showers or storms today. So, happy birthday, sir. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
Thank
Mother's
you all
Day.
for dealing with our chaos.